Target transitioning is a simple process where you locate the target you need, drive the gun to it, refine the sight picture on the target until you're happy with it, and then go ahead and break the shot before you start moving to the next target. We do this in 3 steps. The first step is to locate the target visually, find it, and drive the gun to it. In this sense, I define target really narrowly. Behind me here, we've highlighted the A zones of these targets. That's our target, that's where we're looking for. We're gonna find the center of the A zone, drive your gun to the center of the A zone, and start refining your sight picture. A big part of this is figuring out what level of sight picture is necessary for any given target. Close range, it might be appropriate for you to focus on the target, not even get a hard front sight focus, but instead keep your focus on the target, let the sights remain blurry, and use that blurry sight picture to align on the target. You might just use a fiber optic front sight, and as soon as you see your fiber on the target, you might be able to start firing. For longer shots, behind me here, the small steel circle, we might want to get a hard front sight focus, make sure that the sight picture is about as perfect as we can get it, equal height, equal light, optical focus on the front sight so you can see exactly the position of that sight, and at that point, then start breaking the shot. A lot of times on long, difficult shots, people push over to the target and they start firing before they get their sight picture refined to the acceptable level. Or if people are shooting typically close range targets, they want to get going to the next target before they're done shooting the target they're on. There's a lot of mistakes that happen with target transitions. One of the more common ones, and it seems sort of silly, is that people don't actually aim at the correct spot on the target. So looking at these targets behind me, you have to make sure that you find the center of the target they're actually trying to hit. Conventional targets are big and brown, and you don't just put the sights on the big brown thing. You have to find the center, find the A zone, and that's where you drive the gun to. That's your target. You also need to make sure that you refine the sight picture to the level that you've decided you need for that target and have the discipline to wait. For longer shots especially, many people don't wait to actually get the sight picture that they've decided they need. They'll just go ahead and fire way too early without aiming the gun properly. Another very common mistake that you'll see on target transitions is where you start the transition too early. It's really important that you get done with the target you're shooting before you try to push to the next target. You very often see people pull their gun off a target as they're still firing at it, and that can generate deltas and misses really quickly. That's very, very common on close range targets with high speed shooting. You've got to make sure you keep your eyes on the target that you're shooting until you're actually done shooting it. Otherwise, you pull off and you get going to the next target way too early. For example, this close range target here, I know that I can look through my gun and just see my fiber, and if my fiber's in the center of that target, I'm going to hit an A. So all I would have to do is look to the target and then drive the gun on there, and I see the fiber on the target, and I know that the gun is aimed sufficiently. Moving out to the small steel circle, I would want an equal height, equal light sight picture as much as I possibly can with a front sight focus. So I move the gun over there, look where I want to go, the gun stops on the target, and my eyes come back onto my front sight. Moving to the target next to that, I know that I can focus on the target and see the sights blurry, and as long as my sights are lined up, I'll still hit an A. The key here is to lead with your eyes.